Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7, this Let's Make video. And what we're playing with today is we are going to play with the new tool set I just received in a mystery box. We're going to play with the Griffin Parchment Craft tool set. This set comes with 3 embossing tools, 3 piercing tools. It comes with a fun set of detail scissors as well as an embossing piercing mat. Let me show you. Traditionally, how this embossing mat is used is you're supposed to use one side for piercing and one side for embossing, but if you forget to flip it over, you get both. So try not to forget that, because the piercing impedes your embossing. So just FYI on that. And then what comes in this little set here is it comes with these embossing tools. You get a small, medium, large. I primarily use the small one for tracing everything, and then the other two for shading. Those work pretty good. The other thing you get is there are these really cool piercing tools. You get a single, you get a double, and then you get a triple. And these make that old-timey tin look like you used to see these beautiful tin designs that were a piercing technique, that were on like hutches and stuff, baking hutches and things. And this resembles that. It's really neat. And then what we're going to pair with this is we're going to use our stamps. I'm going to show you how to use stamps. And then I'm also going to just quickly show you how to use how to do it on the parchment paper crafts. These layers here. Now, these are not available on Anna's website. Neither one of these are, but you can get this tool set if you didn't get the mystery box and you do want to try this. You can get this. Honeybee Stamps has this set available. And then if you go for about $24, and then if you go on eBay, eBay has the parchment papers, and they have Christmas ones, or they have these everyday ones, and they're absolutely beautiful. They're a 5x7 layer. They come with 72 in the box, and they look a little like you can't really see them. One side has wider lines than the other, but there's a design on each one of these. It's super light, and what they're made for is you trace them, and which I didn't realize that's what you did with them. So whenever I used them, they were kind of like they don't really add too much. Might as well just use regular vellum. Well, once I got these tools, I was like, oh, did a little bit of research and was like, I started on my own because I kind of knew what the tools did, and then did a little research on YouTube. I did this heart here, and I used a stamp. I stamped one of the heart stamps from the Smitten Stamp and Cut dies, the stamps and dies, and did a heart and did some piercing, some embossing with the embossing tools, and just had a little fun just testing the tools out and the little mat. And then and this is the a frame die. Oh, and I also did some cross hatching on the back of this one. I was like, that doesn't look like it. This is a frame die that I just got. It's at the filigree die set, I think is what that one is. I think it was from the Empress Elite auto ship. But anyways, I was practicing doing little cross hatching on the background of it and stuff, testing out the tools and things, and whatnot. And then when I did the research and I figured out you use them with these, and was like, oh, duh. I made this card here with one of the layers. And this is just such an absolutely beautiful technique. And each of the designs show you, the lines indicate where to emboss, but then some of them have the piercing on, like this one here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it though, because they are really, really light. And then some of them, like, let's try to get this to focus a little. These little tiny dots here indicate where to pierce. Those little tiny dots, you would use a piercing tool in there. And to get all the techniques for this. And so it is just these are really beautiful when they're all done. And like this one here, they're just very time consuming. However, I will say that when you're doing it, it's an extremely relaxing craft. And this has been apparently around for eons and eons. Um, par, it's called like there's another brand name, Pargiano, Pargiano, or something like it's. I think it's a British, or yeah, I think it's I think it's English or a British craft. Like in the UK. I'm pretty sure they've been doing well, they do it everywhere, but it they a lot of people over there like do this crafting. But it's called like it's called something else. Pargiano or something. And there's a company that's still around that sells designs and things that you can do and tools and all the things. They have colors to color all the vellum in and stuff like that, but we're going to utilize what I have here obviously for the Anna Griffin stuff, and just wanted to show you like, so if you had these in your stash and you're like, I don't know what to do with those, just like me, but then also ended up with the tool set in a mystery box, hey, I'll show you how to put them to good use, because it is a really really well worth the effort if you sit down and wanted to take it on. And man, I'm like, do it in front of the TV. It is so relaxing. Pop a movie on, a flick that you've already seen like 100 times. That's fun, and just relax and hang out drinking coffee and partaking of this craft is just so fun and soothing. It is a really soothing, relaxing thing to do. It just kind of lets everything melt away. You can just mindlessly be doing something, and so you can do all the embossing first, and then the piercing, and then you can then turn around and use your alcohol markers and color it all in, and just thoroughly enjoy the whole process of it, if you don't mind tedious things, because it is very tedious, but it is worth the effort and is really simple to do. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But then what I'm also going to do is show you how to use your stamps. So this is one I stamped out one of my other Anna Griffin floral stamps. And then so basically what I did was I actually cut out a vellum layer just on some plain vellum, and then I stamped out the floral image, and then I just layered this on top, the vellum on top of my stamped image, and centered it all up where I wanted it to be in the middle there, and then and taped it down, and then I just used the embossing tools and went over the stamped image through the vellum, and then use markers to color it up, and then I use the different sizes to trace and or shade the stamped image in, and I think it just came out absolutely beautiful. And this reminds me of like a brooch or something. It's like so pretty. And then because it dishes the vellum, it it like bulges it out and makes it just have a lot of dimension without having dimension. It's just really pretty, and just a really fun technique. So you can use your stamps with this. So even if you don't have this specific set, but you might have ball tools, um embossing tools in your stash, bust them out, and then use your like if you have the Tim Holtz paper piercer or you have other piercing tools, bust them out and use your stamps, because yeah, isn't that just gorgeous? And then all I did on the stamp was I just followed the shading of it. I followed its pattern, and it just came out absolutely stunning, and then added the alcohol markers and thought, wow, that is a really cool technique. So you don't have to necessarily do these giant vellum pages that take this one here took me, I want to say, from start to finish was probably couple of hours. It was a couple of hours, like a movie's worth is how long it took. And because it was my first one, it obviously took longer, but sometimes you don't have like your hands, if you maybe if you have arthritis or something like that, you can't necessarily sit down and do it all. But I've just been tackling this one in, like, I get 5 minutes here, I get 5 minutes there, and doing this one, and it's just something fun. Like if you've got 5 minutes to do, or you're waiting on something, but you don't necessarily want to start a whole messy or get a whole bunch of stuff, you could just have this sitting out, and when you got 5 minutes, put it by wherever you take phone calls at or whatever, and then you can just kind of mindlessly trace it or whatever, you know. It's just a really fun thing to do. But I'm going to show you how to do that. And then, yeah. So I did this one. This was my second attempt with the stamps. I actually did this one first. John likes this one better than this one. Um, he said this one looks more antique-y. I turned it into a sticker because I was trying to figure out how to adhere it. And basically, he liked this one just because of what it looked like. And so I ran it through my Xyron. And so I ended up with the wrinkle. But even if it didn't have the wrinkle, it's not as prominent to me, I don't think, as this one is. I just like how this one stands out compared to this one here. But they're both really pretty. I mean, once you do get them done, they're really cool. Um, yeah, it is a great technique. It's fun. So there is that. So I'm going to show you how to do the stamps, and I'm just going to show you a little bit on this one. We're not going to finish all of that because it would take me a while. I mean, you could rush through it if you wanted to, but what's the point? I mean, you want it to come out pretty and nice, right? I mean, yeah, you want to be proud of sending it to someone, right? So don't rush through it. So there we go there. So yeah, and then there's all kinds of designs for here, which you can't see. I don't know as if you can actually see that. Yeah, and there's not really any point to like here's another one. I don't know. Can you see it better down there? And then I don't know like what I can't tell what the camera picks up necessarily, but one side has brighter lines on it than the other, and the side you emboss on is obviously the one with the brighter lines. But if you can see this very well, there's like all these dots, and that indicates where you pierce it, like all those dots. And then the tinier the dot, the least amount, like you just barely prick the page. And then the larger the dot, you make, like there's larger dots, you make bigger holes. Like you push the piercing tool in farther. And then if they're really close together, like this one, like that, you can do a 3-1 on, because these have the 1, 2, 3. These are the 1, 2, 3. So you can do a double one here along that line to go pretty quick, a triple one there, and then the single one on these larger ones, and you just push it in farther. And these really big ones, you can either pierce or you can just use your ball tool and just really define it. And then so anywhere there's a dot is generally where you pierce the design at. At least that's my understanding. You can interpret it however you want. You could literally just emboss the whole thing and you don't have to pierce it at all. But the cool thing is with the piercing tools, it just adds so much more. It just really adds a ton. This has like the cross hatching and the piercing on it, and I think that is so pretty. I love the piercing on it. It just adds that extra bit of texture. It's just beautiful. So there it is there. So we might as well get to it because it might take a little bit. And I'm not gonna necessarily make a whole card with you. I just wanted to show you how to use it, and you can do it and show you what you can do it on metallic on foil paper is really pretty. You can do it on your own vellum. This was pink vellum. I was giving pink vellum a whirl, and it was okay. It didn't show up as well as I thought it would. The white definitely has the most punch. The most yeah, bang for your buck, basically, for the effect. You can see it the best there. This on the colored stuff, not necessarily so much. Just because it's much more dramatic with the white on the vellum, with that embossing. You don't get that very much on the colored vellum that I found, for being able to do it. And then, but the other thing you can do is definitely use your ball tools on metallic. It works pretty decent, especially the Anna Griffin stuff. That's what I tried it on, and it worked pretty decent. So, because you know how when you do the 3D cut and emboss, it just comes out like you can see the most detail on the metallic. That's kind of how the embossing tool is. The most detail would be on metallic or the vellum, because that's what it's made for. So there you go there. So let's just go ahead and let me show you. So there's these 3 size ball tools, right? I used the small one to trace everything first, and then on these, I literally just traced it. I didn't use these on it at all. But I could technically go back and like ad lib and add some definition. Like if I wanted to shade like these scrolls here, I could do that. If I wanted to maybe do these scrolls there, I could do those. Accent those would be really cool. If I wanted to shade in the leaves, we could definitely do that with the larger ones. I just like the effect of it, using the markers on it after I traced it all out. I thought that was really neat. Where I thought the ball tools works good for shading were on the stamps, because then you follow the shading of the stamps, and that works pretty good, for being able to get those details. Or this way. That way. And it just worked really nice for the stamps. So yeah, so basically what you do is on the darker side, the side with the darker lines on it, you're just going to take your ball tool and you're literally going to trace. So I don't know. Let's see. We got to get you guys in here. Come on down. The price is right. So you're literally, where are you guys at? I gotta make sure that you can see what I'm doing. You're just gonna follow the lines, is it. You're gonna have even, firm pressure. Try to stop at a point or start at a point that's not in the middle. So like, you don't want to start here. You want to start at the tip and like follow it until you get to a spot that you can stop, that it won't affect the design if you pause. And you saw how I got out a little bit? So then I just used the ball tool to shade it in. So rather than having a double line, you can, if you don't stay right on it or you go over it twice, and you don't stay on the same spot, you can just shade up to wherever you got out of the line at. And it works really good. And then the more you go over it, the more emphasized it will be. So if you flip it over and you don't like what it looks like, just go over it again. So just a gentle, firm pressure is all you need to trace this. It's you're not trying to cut the design out, with the ball tool. You're just gently going over it, just gently tracing it. It doesn't really take too much effort at all. See, and I'm not a big fan of what that looks like, so I'm just going to go over it again. And then I like that a lot better. Yeah, I got out of the line there a bit. But like, look, so that's what it looks like. Well, we just did those couple, and that's what it looks like. And then you can see that it also gives dimension to the paper. It's really cool. And then don't worry, like, see how these are just, these have kind of a double line there. So basically what I do is I just use the ball tool to fill it in. So like, you just go over one of the lines, and it's going to impede on the next one there. But then just use slowly move your ball tool up to shade it in. And it's not going to be perfect, and do not worry. Do not worry if it's not perfect. Once you put it on the card, once you get it all done, rather, and you put it on the card and you color it all in, oh my, it looks so pretty. Like, you'll see, like, if you really look at mine, it is so imperfect, it's not even funny. But see how I'm shading it in on that one? I was shading that in because I had like a funky line there. And then, yeah, so you're going to just pick certain points. Where you can stop. And then don't worry about, see, you're just going to follow like that. See, look. And look how pretty. Like, it comes out really cool. And then, yeah, once you get it all done, oh my goodness. And so then these large dots here, I just shade them in. Like that. Oh, someone's here. Hang on. Delivery for John. Okay. So yeah, so then I just shade those with the tip like that. Just gentle. Just be gentle. And then just keep going. And then don't worry if you like kind of get into one of the other designs. It's okay. Yeah. And you just go slow. Don't be in a hurry. See, I missed that one. Did you guys see that? I missed it. But that's okay. See, and it's not perfect at all. Yeah. But, like, how cool, right? So let's do this one. Yeah, so just go back over it. So there we go. Yeah, if you feel like you messed up or something, just go back over and shade it in. And stay the course. Oh my goodness. Because at first I was like, oh my goodness, this isn't looking very good. But once it was all done and I got all the piercing done and then it was all colored in, I was like, oh wow, okay. Yeah, but at first I was like, oh, this is not that great. Who does this? It's like, stay the course. Just keep going. Now, I'm just saying, just keep going. So if you tried it already and you were like, stay the course. Sometimes you just have to, but see, look how cool. Sometimes you just have to keep going. This is almost like mixed media type stuff. Like a lot of mixed media, you have to just keep going. Trust the process. Don't worry, you can do it. It'll come out better than you anticipate. Now, this one here is a little bit harder because it's like a whole flowing, fluid motion you're trying to do. But just steady Eddie and don't worry about being perfect. Seriously. And then once you get to a spot that you can stop, just pause. And then I go back over it again, giving a little bit more pressure to try to even and smooth the lines out. Like that. And then if I get off a bit, I just go back and I just kind of smooth it out with the ball tool. Because at first, sometimes they don't look that great. But then after you go over it a minute, a few times, it starts to see like that. That looks way better. Like look how much smoother that is. That's coming out pretty good. And so yeah, so that's all you do there. So actually, so let's do this little crossy. Let's do this little crossy hatch one, and then I'll show you. So on this, you're gonna do on the dark line side, you're gonna do the all the embossing, but the piercing happens on the opposite side actually. And so you want to emboss everything first, and then go back and pierce. Because if you try to do it first, the piercing first, you get like speed bumps. And then it tears the paper and it doesn't look that good. So yeah, we got this little crosshatch one. And then watch. Right? Isn't that great? Look how good that looks. And now on this side is where you're going to pierce. And you're going to do it however large or small you want the holes to be. And so, like I said, you just prick it. Yeah, this one's busted. It doesn't want to see it. Like I broke it. It goes in. Yeah, I'll use my Tim Holtz one. But anyways, it has such a fine tip. I just love using. I liked using that one because the tip was so fine. This one is much larger. The Tim Holtz one is much larger. So you have to just be super careful with the Tim Holtz one. But you still get the technique. So that, oh, flip your thing over. Or just move it down. Shoot. Yeah, whoops. You don't want to emboss on the same side as you pierce. So this one I'm just trying to just barely go in. But anywhere there's a circle, you just poke your piercing tool in. And that's all there is to the piercing technique. And then look how cool that looks. Like, isn't that a neat accent? See, I did those down there already. And then I did those. Isn't that cool? That looks so neat. And it just adds so much. This one, I just went over but actually I think I should pierce that. I'm trying to just be super gentle. Oh yeah, look how much better. It's like looks way better pierced, huh? And then it all matches too. Isn't that just lovely? This is such a cool technique. But like I said, I mean, you have all the rest of that. You have like all the rest of that design to do. Like that'll take a bit. And so then after that, what you do is so you emboss on one side, flip it over, then you pierce, and then you turn it back over. Or you can even emboss and color and then flip it over and pierce. But you pierce on the opposite side you emboss. And so then now what you could do, once this is all done, you could either leave it like this or you could use your markers on it and like watch. I'm not going to do the whole thing like I said. I'll just grab a couple of colors and it's so easy. So don't this is such a great technique that you don't have to worry about being like in the lines per se. You want to stay in the lines, but you don't have to worry about being perfect with this. And so let me show you what it's going to look like, or what it looks like. So I just have an R23 pink Ohuhu marker, and you just literally just stay in the, as long, all you're going to do is just stay in the embossed area. But you don't have to worry about being perfect with it, because the embossed line actually covers up a lot of the mistakes, like where you could potentially be out. And then look, and that's what it looks like. So let's grab a yellow one too. And I found you want your colors to be a tiny bit darker than what you would normally think, for them to show up and be pastel on the other side. Because you are trying to go through like a fogged effect. And so this one is a Ohuhu Y6. And let's see. We need green. Let's see if this one's dark enough. And then if it's not dark enough, you can just keep going over it. And I just literally color in. That's not that great. Trying to remember what I used last time. Oh yeah, that's better. So yeah. And so yeah, this is on the side that I embossed, right? This technique just reminds me of spring. I don't know why. It seems very spring. And they had some on eBay. They had some Christmas ones. I only ever saw these. And then I don't even think I remember seeing it displayed. So I'm not even sure if maybe when I purchased these and then look at, isn't that the sweetest thing ever? Like, how cool is that? See, like, you don't even have to be perfect on this. And it just comes out really cool. You get like this. I mean, it's just really cool. And if you look at this, so I even tried shading and stuff too. But I mean, if you really look, you can tell it is not perfect, like by any means. But it is, as a whole, a very beautiful effect. It is just really nice and fun. So if you really take a look at that, you will see a lot of imperfections. But like I said, then you just kind of step back, and as a whole, it is just absolutely beautiful. And yeah, these are definitely ones you want to send to somebody that would appreciate it and know you hand make your cards and stuff like that. Because the amount of time, or maybe not, maybe just enjoy it so much you don't really care and send them to everyone. There you go. Yeah, but yeah, super pretty. So yeah, so that's how you do that. It's really simple. So now let me show you the stamp, like I said. And so what you want to do is you want to cut your frame out, or whatever it is you want the image to be on. Let's see. Let me I have a vellum sheet here. So basically you just want to stamp. I don't know what I did with. You want to cut out your vellum. Hold on, let me get a frame and stuff. Okay, so I have the Wildflower Meadow stamps, and we're going to use this one. And then I pulled out this die set here, which is the Rose 3D Concentric set. This set here, and I'm going to use this one here to make a frame for my image. And it's this set here. It's absolutely beautiful, and this will be really fun to layer on top of this. Oh my gosh, how pretty will that be? So what we're gonna do is, what you want to do first is, when you're using stamps, I found it was easier and it stayed the nicest if I cut out the layer first. So let me cut this out of the vellum first, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's my vellum layer, right? Okay, so now what we need to do is, I'm just gonna grab a piece of copy paper here and this stamp that I want to use, and we're going to stamp this on a piece of scratch paper, copy paper, and something that you don't care about because we're not actually using it. We're only using it to trace. So whatever you use is actually going to end up with embossed lines all over it, so it won't necessarily be the best. I mean, you're just going to end up throwing it away once you're done. So this is just some Ranger dye ink. Hopefully this pad's juicy enough. I don't remember what I was doing. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp it in the center of this. This is a quarter sheet of copy paper, is what this is. And then it also gives you a spot too, if you color it in, where to test your colors out. Like, right? OMG. And now you're not worried about this being perfect at all. So now what you're going to do is, you're just going to make sure you're on a spot where you can emboss. And you're not on piercing stuff. There's a good spot there. And you want to tape this down. Once you figure out where you want your image to be, you're going to then go ahead and tape it in place. So once you like line it up to where you want to see it, so it's going to be like that. I think that's pretty good. I kind of like it like this though, actually. I think I'm going to do it like that. You're just going to use some low-tack tape, and you're going to tape it down. If you can find the end. And I'm just going to do it in a couple of places to make sure that it doesn't shift. There we go. That's all your... Oh, maybe I'll do it in a couple. So it lays flat. It's easier if it lays flat. So if it's already, and this is already bowing because it has embossing on it already. There we go. And so now what you're going to do is you're just going to trace it. You're going to take your ball tool. I'm just going to use my small one again. And I'm just going to literally follow, like, I'm just going to follow the lines all the way around. Literally everywhere there's a line, you're just going to follow the lines. I don't even know where I was starting. And there again, do not be worried about being perfect at all. You don't need to. And you can start anywhere. Anywhere that you feel good about. And then anywhere there's shading, you can use a larger one to do shading, or you can use the same ball tool you're using, and then just go over it until you've covered the whole spot that has the shading on it. So anywhere on this that's black, that is where I'm going to follow the lines and or shade. And then as you're doing it, you can even just lift up a side of it, like you can lift up the corner of it and look at the back, and you can actually, which would eventually be the front, and you can actually see what it looks like and how it's going, and or if you missed anything. So and then remember, we're also um coloring this as well. So yeah. Oh yeah, so here, let me show you. So you can already start to see that pattern is coming to life on that vellum. And then I should have already had this, but I wanted you to see, like, okay, well, you literally just stamp it. And it's like that simple. There is like literally nothing else to it. Oh, let's get this leaf back here. And there again, you're not worried about being perfect at all. And if there's lines that are pretty wide, obviously, I try to make mine as wide as theirs also to match to mimic the shading. And I have no idea where. Where. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. There we go. Yeah. This is coming out great. And it'll be surprising, like, once you actually get it all done, what it actually looks like. It's amazing. You think, how can that be? And it's just like magic almost. It just comes to life. And you can start to see, you'll start to be able to differentiate between what is done and what is not, because the stuff that's done is like foggy. It's no longer crisp. Yeah, very cool, very cool. Well, let me finish the whole top of this flower and I'll be right back. Okay, so once you get it all traced and shaded how you want to, then you can double check and lift your vellum. And, because it's pretty easy to get it all lined back up. You can see for the most part. And, you'll have something that looks just like this. And then, isn't that just so pretty? That is just so beautiful. And, now what you can do is you can actually color it. And so we'll just carefully peel this off. And, yeah, I just think that is so gorgeous. That is so pretty. And so now let's grab some colors. And I think we'll use this one again, and maybe a little bit lighter one. Maybe a little bit. Oh, that's pretty dark. Actually, do these go together though? Oh, they're almost identical. Oh, I do love this color better. what does this one get me though? Oopsie. Ooh, that's kind of a pinky pink. I think I picked a corally pink. Alright, let me see. On my, what did I pick? R9. R9. Oh, that's this one. Oh, I could go R10. And then I could just shade it. R10 right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and double check what this looks like. Oh, whoops. Oh, that'll work. And we'll just shade the two together. It'll be fine. Don't worry, it's all good. And so then what you do is you just flip it over like we did on the other one. And then, let's see, this is my darker color. Yeah, this is going to be the darker color. So basically, I'm just going to follow suit on wherever the little highlight, or the little, like, dark lines, or the shading lines, rather, is where I'm going to put this color here. Anywhere where there's, like, it looks like shading is what I'm going to do this darker color on. And because you're blending it in, don't worry about it. Once you go over it with the other, it'll be fine. Don't worry. And then just ad-lib, just fake it. You don't have to be too particular about it at all. And then you just color the rest in with this one. And this is a very forgiving technique. Oh, I probably should have did that a different color, but that's okay. We're kind of just going quickly here, so it doesn't take up 1,000 years for you guys. At least that's the goal. So I'm just literally coloring in over all the other all the other spots. Okay, and that looks pretty good to me. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at how fun that is. Oh, that's pretty good, right? Oh my gosh, that is pretty good. Okay, and then let's grab a couple of greens, and then we'll just pick something to mount it on and call it a day. Oh wait, let's see. Let's see what this. Oh, that's pretty bright. Oh, that's dark. I might be able to do that one. Can we combine these two? Oh, that's pretty dark. What's the G2? Oh, that's dark, but I definitely like this green better. It's kind of a teal green. Let's see, that's a G6 in my Ohuhus. G6. I bet I could combine it with a G9. I bet I could do a G9. Yeah, I think that'll be just fine. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take and flip it back over, because this is the embossed side. That's the front, the top. This is the side we actually did the embossing on. So I'm just going to just gently just kind of go over the different little embossed lines that were supposed to mimic shading. I'm not being perfect. I'm not following it. I'm just laying color down. Not too worried about, because the goal is that this will just blend in. Is all. And then we're just going to take the light color and we're just going to follow all the embossed lines. and let it do the work blending itself. Let's see what that looks like. Right? Look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. Oh, whoops. We'll keep it. Try to keep it in the embossed lines. Oh yeah, and then look how pretty. Isn't that great? That is pretty. So let's grab some cardstock. Let's see, can we do a light pink with this one? It pops, but it could go a little bit more. And I think, let's see, I do need to define this a little bit. Okay. I think we need something a little bit more contrast there. Black is always a good one, because most everything pops on black, and look how pretty that is, right? That is gorgeous. And, but we could probably do, you know, if you change, like, look at the different colors, you could probably, and then let's see what, I think we might stick with black. Black's actually pretty cool, so far for this one, I think, or try, oh, purple's pretty. That purple's really pretty, and look how the green and everything pops on that. But, like, isn't that neat? So basically what I would do with this is, I would cut, well, here, let's just do it. What I would do is, I would cut this outside edge of that inner, of that emboss line. I would cut this like this. Just hand trim around this. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to then take that same die I used to cut this out and cut another one out in this purple. And we're cutting this off at this point here, so that way we have a spot to put our adhesive. And don't worry about if it's not perfect, because once you put this on top of the other layer, you won't notice the imperfection of it, and it will be really pretty. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this and cut a piece out of this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my layer here, and now what I'm going to do is, I am going to take this vellum layer, and on the back, I'm going to take my 1/8 inch score tape, and you could even just use glue if you wanted to. This, and you don't have to do, like, on every spot. It's not necessary, but I just go around on that outside edge there. I probably could have left a little bit more, but it's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around with this score tape, all the way as close to the outside edge as I can get it. And then we're going to attach this to that one, and it will almost be invisible once we put it on that other piece. You won't even be able to see the score tape too much. I was gonna do it and then come back, but I'm almost done and I'm in a rhythm. And sometimes you're like, if you stop, it makes it worse. It makes it, after you get into a certain speed of it. Okay, press this down. It's like, we might as well just finish it out. Bear with me, folks. Okay, so that didn't actually go too bad. Make sure all the adhesive is on the back of the vellum layer, though. You don't want it to stick out. So then once you're done peeling it, the backer's off. Then what you're going to do is you're going to align this with this frame, ooh, this frame here, and just press it on the very outside edge. So line it up. Oh, Farfignugan. Oh, something got. Okay, just gently press it down. You might have to lift it up a little bit because it gets a little wonky. Or it doesn't lay down where it's supposed to. But once you get it laid down and there's no wrinkles in it, just go around the outside and burnish that edge. And then that's what you end up with, is something like that. And like, how pretty is that? Isn't that gorgeous? And now you can take this, and this could be a focal point. We could turn this into a card. So let's see, we do have these dies out. Actually, there's already layers here. What can I do here? Can I use any of these? What color is here? Ooh, there's a pink one. Yeah, well, that's... what about a gold one? We kind of need a background, though. We kind of need a... Can we do it over the top of that? These were already cut out in the back of that die. No, I think I'm going to go with some, vanilla on, this actually isn't too bad. What if I actually cut the center out? Or what if I get a different die that I could layer on top that has gold? What if we actually put this on gold? What if we could split that and pop it on gold? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even sure about the pink, really. Oh, what if the pink is on the purple? I don't know. Let me get some stuff together really quick. Let me get some stuff together. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I had the Wildflower Meadow kit, Simply Wildflower Meadow scrapbooking kit, like an extra set setting out. So I think I'm going to use this piece of paper and make a 5x7 card base, and then cut out an ivory and a gold in these two here. And we'll throw something together with the flowers, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I ended up actually doing a pink layer for the card base. So this is a card base. Looks like that. Really easy. And then we're going to pop this layer that's in pink metallic. And we're going to pop the ivory on top of that. I think that is so pretty. Like that. And the fun thing is there's pink in the flower, and then that purple just pops on there. And it is just beautiful. So now we just have to grab a few embellishments out of the flowers. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, sorry. Out of the flowers. And then grab... Oh, and the gold. There's even gold in here. Cool. But let's grab a couple of the flowers. We don't need too much because you want that to be the star of the show. All that hard work in the embossing, right? I mean, you definitely want that to stand out. We want to bring the lavender back in if we can, or the purple. And I don't know if there's purple flowers in this. Or something that would indicate. Hey. And I need a sentiment too. There's no purple in those. There's just blue. It's blue. So, I definitely love the pink. Well, do we have to? Maybe we don't have to. Maybe we could just leave it. We could do like that. Pop these up like this. I'm not sold on that just yet. I'm not sold on that. Oh, what about some gold though? I'm not necessarily sold on that. I think I'm gonna have to find some different flowers. Pretty sure. Let's maybe that. Well, that's actually really pretty. I wonder if we could find some other. I definitely like the pink on top of the gold. Let me see if I can find some other flowers, because it sure would be nice to bring that lavender back in and whatnot. So, yeah, but I'm not a big fan of the blue. And maybe we could pop a butterfly, maybe on there. Hold on, let me find some other ones. Okay. It's gonna be a little different, but that's okay. Different is good, right? It doesn't all have to be matchy-matchy, everything's super the same. But what I did find was some pink flowers with lavender on them. That, goes pretty good with the color there in the background. And then these little purple swags here. And this is in my just jumbled box of floral embellishments I have. And then the Rogue Sentiment. I had a pack of sentiments in there as well. Who knows where they're from? It's just randomness. And so we're going to go ahead and use these guys to put a little collage together really quick. So what I think I want to do here is I want to go ahead and just adhere this down. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to use some, oh, that's kind of tiny. I'm going to use some score tape. Glue and score tape. Score tape will make it right now. Glue will make it permanent. And then yeah, and then some glue. Didn't really want this to take forever, but wanted to show you how to use like whatever it is you make on a card, especially if it's just stamps. And so if you just make whatever it is you're embossing, you're using those parchment tools on your focal point, as a focal point, it's really easy then to use it as an embellishment on a card for your centerpiece. And so we're going to go, oh, I forgot. Oh, well, it is what it is. No. Let's try to do a little better job of lighting it up. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, cool. And then we'll use glue. I forgot to put the glue on it. That's okay, guys. It's a card. It's okay. It's just paper. Not a family heirloom or some type of decoration we're trying to get to stay forever. Okay. So there we go. And that is looking pretty awesome. So we're going to pop some dimensionals on this one. And because it's a tiny bit wrinkly, I'm going to go ahead and use quite a few dimensionals. So that way it'll help it to lay flat, is the idea. Quite a few of these dimensionals. I'd only need a few for the center, but definitely around the edge. Oh, this, I'm trying to tuck stuff under there though. I want stuff to go under there for sure, and some here. So let me move these here. Right? We're going to go there. So leave that open. We'll do it at the top though. We'll leave this open. Or leave this open. And we need this bottom corner to be open as well. So potentially we can put them there. Okay, so we're going to do that. So I'm trying not to push the center of my vellum layer down either. Because it is supposed to stay puffy. Kind of like a brooch. Yeah. It's supposed to stay puffy. Or a cameo, like a cameo. Pretty sure cameo is what I'm actually thinking of. Now that I'm... Okay. Mostly on the edge, but not too much. Okay, so now we're going to pop this on there. With this. Yeah, with this, and like that. Oh yeah, right? Isn't that so pretty? That is pretty. Okay, and now, oh yeah, and then we're gonna pop one of these. Here-ish, I thought. I gotta go there, that'll be fine. I think we were gonna go right there. And then the other ones, we're gonna go down here. Oh yeah, like right there. And yeah, so who got the mystery box, or who already had these tools in their stash? Did you guys and then I think the other thing I got in mine was the French slimline dies, I think was the other thing I got. In my set. Yeah, so in my mystery box I got the Parchment tool set. I think almost everybody got that. And I think everyone got the mat. And then I got some journaling cards, and then I ended up with I also ended up with journaling cards. Oh, some rub-ons. Oh, and that's where the rub-ons came from. Oops. Huh. I don't think I will put some dimensionals on it. I don't have to status quo that puppy. We can just, if it doesn't want to comply, figure out something else. We'll just go like this then. Go down here. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll pop this here. Maybe like that. Yeah, we can pop this. No, I think I like it like this. I like it like that. And so this one's going to have a double one on this side. And then yeah, we'll go like that. Yeah, we'll go like that. Oh, that looks pretty good. Ha. We'll just do that. We got it. And then we wanted to pop the butterfly up here, right? Give that a little... And then we'll just do maybe just one. Yeah, I think that's good, right? What do you guys think? I think that'll go. That's really pretty, and then it makes all your hard work the focal point, right? And that is beautiful. That is so pretty. I think that is nice. What do you guys think? I would do up the inside, except this video is like really long already, so I think we're just gonna cut it here, and then I'll try to post pictures of it on the Facebook page, Friends with Anna Griffin. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of the card down in the comments. Let me know if you guys got this and if you've already played with it and stuff. I think it's just a super fun tool set, and the parchments are absolutely beautiful. So you definitely can get these and have a really great time just relaxing, watching movies, and just doing a really nice, relaxing craft. If you just wanted to just like chill out. I think this is just so pretty. But yeah, let me know what you think of it down in the comments. Thanks so much. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.